Let me ask you something. When was the last time you said yes and felt your chest tighten as soon as the word left your mouth? Not because you wanted to, not because you had the energy, but because saying no felt heavier than carrying the cost of saying yes. For some people, yes isn't agreement, it's avoidance. A reflex built to prevent disappointment, conflict, or rejection. And if you've ever wondered why some people struggle so deeply to say no, the answer isn't kindness, it's fear. People who can't say no are often described as generous, reliable, and selfless. But beneath that surface is usually something quieter and more painful, a fear of what will happen if they stop being useful. This pattern doesn't start in adulthood. It starts in environments where love felt conditional, where approval was earned, not given, where saying no led to guilt, tension, or withdrawal, where being easy mattered more than being honest. So the child learns something powerful and dangerous. My needs come second. Psychologists call this people-pleasing, but that term softens what it really is. At its core, it's a survival strategy. When conflict feels unsafe, compliance feels like protection. So they learn to read rooms before speaking. They anticipate what others want. They adjust themselves to fit expectations. And every yes becomes a way of saying, I don't want to be a problem. I don't want to lose you. I'll be whatever you need me to be. There's a strong connection between people who can't say no and those who apologize too much. Both behaviors come from the same root: low self-worth tied to external approval. When your value feels fragile, boundaries feel dangerous. Saying no doesn't feel neutral. It feels like rejection, like selfishness, like risk. So instead of setting limits, they overextend. They say yes to favors they resent, yes to responsibilities they can't carry, yes to relationships that drain them, and quietly, they disappear inside their own life. One of the deepest fears behind not saying no is fear of conflict, not disagreement, conflict. For many people, conflict once meant being ignored, being yelled at, being blamed, or being made responsible for someone else's emotions. So the nervous system learns, avoid conflict at all costs. Saying no becomes emotionally threatening, even when it's reasonable. Their body reacts as if danger is present, heart racing, chest tight, mind spiraling. So they choose the path that feels safest in the moment: compliance. Another layer is self-abandonment. People who can't say no often learned to disconnect from their own needs early on. They became experts at sensing others, but beginners at listening to themselves. They don't ask, "Do I want this?" They ask, "Will this upset someone?" Over time, this creates a quiet erosion of identity. They don't know what they want, they know what's expected. And when you live that way long enough, exhaustion isn't a surprise, it's inevitable. Here's the paradox. People who can't say no are often deeply empathetic. They care, they feel, they understand. But empathy without boundaries becomes self-betrayal. Because every time they say yes when they mean no, they teach themselves that their comfort matters less. And over time, resentment builds, not toward others, but toward themselves. There's also a subtle belief underneath all of this. If I say no, I'll be abandoned, even if it's never happened, even if it's irrational. That fear isn't about the present, it's about the past. It's about times when love felt conditional, when attention disappeared, when approval had to be earned. So saying yes feels like staying safe, even when it costs them peace. But here's the truth psychology is very clear about. People who respect you don't need you to say yes to feel secure. And people who only stay when you overextend weren't connected to you. They were connected to your compliance. Boundaries don't destroy relationships, they reveal them. Learning to say no isn't about becoming harsh or selfish. It's about becoming honest. It's about understanding that your needs are not an inconvenience. Your limits are not a betrayal. Your rest is not laziness. The discomfort you feel when saying no isn't guilt, it's conditioning. At first, saying no will feel wrong. Your body will expect backlash, silence, disapproval. But over time, something shifts. You realize the world doesn't collapse, people adjust, and the ones who matter stay. And slowly, you begin to rebuild trust with yourself. There's a powerful replacement for sorry and yes, clarity. Instead of "I guess I can," you say, "I don't have the capacity for that." Instead of "sorry, I can't," you say, "I need to say no." No apology, no justification, no over-explaining, just truth. If you're someone who struggles to say no, hear this clearly. You don't owe access to your time to be loved. You don't need to be useful to be worthy. You don't have to exhaust yourself to earn belonging. Saying no doesn't make you difficult, it makes you self-respecting. And here's the most important shift of all. When you say no to others, you're often saying yes to yourself for the first time. Yes to rest, yes to clarity, yes to a life that doesn't revolve around fear. Because people who can't say no aren't weak, they're conditioned. And unlearning that conditioning is one of the most courageous psychological acts a person can make.